Hey, I got a question for you. What are you selling yourself for? Yes, that's right. You're selling yourself and I'm selling myself. But the question is, what's the price are we paying? That's what we're going to talk about in this video. So check it out. Hey, and welcome to Keith's Motivational Minute, where I myself, Keith Collins, get to hang out with you, the guy that's on the other side of this video. And today I wanted to talk about a topic that is very near and dear to my heart. It is the title of What Are You Selling Yourself For? And here's why it matters and here's why it's important. Just recently, I was in a meeting with a doctor, and it was for me to give a commencement speech to a group of graduating nurses. And he was asking me, and we were talking in the mix of our conversation, why do I want to do it? What's the benefits? What I can bring to the table? And then I told him I want to be my authentic self. And he said, I want a speaker to be their authentic selves. He said, a lot of times we prostitute ourselves for currency. Let me say that again. He said, we prostitute ourselves for currency, meaning we sacrifice who we are, and a lot of times just for money. And I'm like, man, whoa, that word is big, what he told me at that moment. And I think about my life, and I think about my transitioning when I was working for a company that I previously worked for. It's back when I first moved to Florida, and I was working there, and I saw that my goals wasn't lining up with the leadership that was above me. And at that point, I did some praying and I did some soul searching, and I looked to myself to try to figure out where it is that I wanted to go. Remember, I told you in the last video that by the people you associate with and the books you read will determine your course of your life. Another thing that I can add to that is you can tell where you're going to be in the next 5 years by the people who are in front of you. So the people in your company, you look in the next couple of years, if you see that their lives are shaped up to be where you want to be, then you can follow them. If it's not, then you got to make changes. So I made changes, and then I got out of that work environment because I felt that I was sacrificing my core being, my core DNA of who I am. And that's the same for you. Man, if you're inside of a work environment and it's not conducive for your growth, it's not conducive for your beliefs, man, I challenge you to wrestle with that. It doesn't mean that you have to leave your job, but it does mean that you must be accountable to the decisions and the sacrifices that you're making. Remember, we're all selling ourselves for something. The question is, what's the greater cost? Man, my selling of myself is for an impact. And that's what I want to do, is impact the world. So that's been my time. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Be sure to like this video, pass it on, and I will see you on the next video.